This is a very unusual show. We are hosting ourselves here.
Right.
Please keep these questions to yourself.
I've always said you inspire me. And the first question you pick up...
You can say that?
What am I doing? I've forgotten how to do this. It doesn't really... Sorry.
Such a millennial.
Not really. Oh yeah, it's that other way around. Sorry. Okay. There.
Ranveer, as your fame increases, how are you ensuring that stardom doesn't get in the way of craft?
To me, stardom is a byproduct. I love it. But I've always regarded myself as an actor. And I think I read a quote by you on a significant platform, actually. And it was the headline. It said, it's the age of the actor star or star actor. So I think we're living in a time where that meaning has changed. A person who's able to play various characters, if they recognize an ability in an actor to be honest to various different characters, I think that is what the new and evolved audience recognizes and appreciates.
Karan Johar recently declared that it's the age of the actor and not the age of the star anymore. You've been a star for more than a decade. What is your response to that?
But like what you said, I don't really take it all too seriously.
Right.
It's not my job to tell you what I am.
Right.
It's your job to see me and
That's what
decide
I see
what I do for you.
Correct.
I think that you just can't take all the responsibility, the credit, the pressure, the acknowledgement, and think that it's all us that are doing it.
I once read an article in which you said 30 of your films remain unreleased. Why was this the case? Doesn't this break your heart?
Got you.
So it's not about my ex-girlfriends. The bigger heartbreak is the question here. With all these movies, I made a list, in fact, there are 35. And largely responsible for that is the shoddy treatment of the NFDC, who went on producing these movies and didn't bother about releasing them.
Okay.
Yeah, several of them are NFDC productions. Some of them are made by reputed filmmakers. There's a film by Gulzar Bhai in that list. I guess they were not saleable.
Farhan, you once said that everything I do is gauged under the shadow of Dil Chahta Hai. Do you measure your own work against it?
Please keep these questions to yourself. Well, the thing is, I feel like even you, the kind of start that you got in the industry, it was a landmark film. It was a new kind of film. It ushered in a new sensibility. And when you have that, somehow that shadow does loom, over stuff that you do. So be it films, especially the ones that I've directed since, which are 3 films, no matter what I make, people always come up and be like, when will you make something like Dil Chahta Hai again?
Yeah.
So as much as the love is appreciated, of course, you're always thankful for that. It's somehow, I think, a part of the journey that, you also want to kind of move on and do different things. No?
Yeah.
You excel at playing ordinary women who are, well, extraordinary. Where do you find the inspiration for women like Sulu or Vidya Bagchi?
I think I derive inspiration from real people. The way they do things and therefore inspire you as an actor. You made every character you played so real, believable, I still remember that moment I remember too many moments, but that moment in Masoom, when for the first time Nasir Saab tells you that he has something to tell you and you're putting the pillows into the cupboard and you stop there and, suddenly
That unpleasant news is coming.
Yeah, and the way, even before you said anything, your body language, you were so... I wanted to come and hug you and say, listen, it's okay.
But what is very interesting from what you were saying
is, you see, there is a danger in getting inspired by performances because one gets so taken up by them that there is almost a desire to imitate that performance. And so I feel particularly when it comes to Hindi cinema, when we do historical characters, we only base it on other performances that we've seen, and that's why it falls flat. But what you are saying is that it is that moment captured. It's the truth of that moment captured that inspires you, which is the perfect thing, because it's not some special acting ability, but being in that moment completely that inspires.
Zoya, you're amongst a handful commercially successful female directors in Hindi cinema. You've been courageous about the choices of films and topics you've written and directed. Do you feel any pressure to make movies that are female-led? And does it bother you to be labeled a female director?
Yeah, it's a bit weird to be labeled a female director because I'm a director. I mean, we don't call doctor, she's a female doctor, and you know, she's a female teacher and she's a female dentist. I mean, we don't. So I'm a filmmaker, and it's weird to be constantly reminded of my gender. I know I'm female. You don't have to keep telling me. Secondly, I don't feel the pressure to make a particular film because like it takes 3 years of my life from writing inception to actually putting it out there, and it has to be something that resonates with me and a story that I'm excited about and can turn me on for that a period of time. So, I mean, I'm only going to make what I feel like making and what story. So I don't take that pressure on.
Farah, how exactly do you react when you hear something terrible about yourself?
I don't think so. You get angry.
No, in the first, when I'm alone and I'm reading it, I get very angry.
Acha.
So the first instinct is to call that person or to tweet something to refute it or whatever. But then now I've learned that count to 10, then you let it pass because what has happened is that people's attention span has become so minimal that you know in 1 hour something else will come and you will completely forget about this. So if you don't react, it may not get carried further.